want to see if that video is real though. Republican Tywin. Just says Tywin Lannister : homosexual. What are the comments for this? Is anyone interested in at least checking that out for like a minute just to see what it is?
Yes, please.
Sure, go for it. Bernie Sanders homosexual?
Look at the way he sits there.
There's more. Napoleon is Islamic extremist.
Okay.
That's what Napoleon's.
There's a wrestling one. That's good. HBK Shawn Michaels, gay Christian. Oh, that's funny to me. G-Man's gay ministry. What the fuck are those videos?
G-Man.
I know G-Man. Yeah.
G-Man. Yeah. He does have a gay ministry.
Was Robert E. Lee gay?
All right.
Oh, definitely.
Check this out.
Republican, here to bring you the truth with truth-flavored bias, and today I'm telling you all about why Tywin Lannister in Game of Thrones is in fact the ultimate homosexual character.
The ultimate homosexual. Well, hold on. Let me get my fucking notes out. I'll bet you'll take your notes just like a gay person with their notes.
That's phallic.
I'd like to know what the tiers of homosexual are. Is the entry-level protege homosexual?
It's like a whiteboard where you just all wrote it down. It's like, he is Tywin Lannister homosexual.
as you progress, you get to have like the lesbian hair.
The other one is more like C-3PO lesbian.
That's like a high rank, that one.
Yeah.
Now, there are many openly homosexual characters in the story. However, Tywin is special. Now, George R.R. Martin himself is a homosexual, and Tywin Lannister is sort of the character that he modeled on himself, or at least what he thinks he would be if he lived in a fictional universe.
Is that so?
I didn't know that.
Now, where does the evidence come from?
I bet no one did.
Well, the first hint we get is that we meet Tywin, and he has been widowed for many years.
What happens with gay people? You meet them. It just makes sense.
He said he's been widowed for many years. Very typical of the gay to have an ex-living wife.
He has never taken a lover. He has no mistress. So far as we know, he never visits prostitutes.
Everyone knows the straights aren't... they have no fidelity, those straights.
And most oddly of all, he doesn't have any bastard children dating back to the time.
What?
No bastard children prove
he had no children out of wedlock, which means he must be gay. Okay.
If you don't have 5 or 6 baby mamas, you just a big old queer. You gotta use your dick, baby.
You have any bastards? Like, no. Like, you gay?
Of his youth. This is all highly unusual in the Game of Thrones universe. Where
it's not, though. A lot of the leading people don't have bastards. Even Ned Stark doesn't have a bastard. That's what we find out. Stannis doesn't have one. Renly doesn't have any bastards.
They're all gay.
Okay.
Nearly everyone has mistresses.
Also, for anybody wondering, I'm going from show continuity because I think he's going from show continuity.
He ain't got no mistress. Now, he has a mistress.
Also, wait, yeah, what about fucking season 4?
Don't laugh at that.
Literally, season 4 finale, Tywin's got a whore in his bed. So,
doesn't count.
A man whore.
And this shot is from season 4. So,
she had below D cup titties. Clearly, that was a dude.
They look pretty baddish.
Forward a bit, and now we're in spoiler
You're looking a
country.
little queer.
If you really pay attention, his top complaint against Tyrion isn't even his dwarfism, but rather the fact that he's a constant whoremonger.
He wants Tyrion to marry into a high-powered family to increase his fucking power in the country. It's not because he sleeps with people specifically. It's also a depraved little demon is kind of how he looks at him. God damn it. Literally, I don't know why I blanked it. Yeah, we know that Tywin likes girls. It's a very big piece of evidence in Season 4 that apparently just... I'm curious if he's going to address that.
it shows is not so much that Tywin has some sort of moral objection to it. I mean, the dude is pretty immoral, I think we can all agree. But that he simply doesn't understand.
He thinks he's immoral. I mean, he's not like you and I. He's in a different time, in a different place.
I was going to say it's complicated. Defining Tywin as immoral is literally because we associate more with the Stark protagonist than we do with him. I feel like if he was the protagonist of this whole show, we probably would have agreed with most of his choices. And if people are going to be like, he killed 2 of the main characters and blah, 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 it's like, there's context that explains why that was a pretty damn good choice on his end.
Would want to have sex with a lot of women.
Like a real
Now, all 3 of Tywin's children are also sexual deviants. Jaime and Cersei, you know, they have some incestuous relations, and they have fathered.
So because his kids are incestuous, that means he must be gay?
Obviously.
This is some weird logic, but
imagine being, he's so gay, he's going out of his way to have sex with his sister. That's how gay he is. If anything, that is desperately straight.
Slept with your sister? So fucking gay, dude.
It's like, dude, sleep with your brother like a straight person.
Fathered children together. And the thing is, sexual deviance runs in families, and they had to get it from somewhere.
Is he implying you're a sexual deviant if you're gay?
It's genetic.
Wow. The writing's on the wall with this one.
And since there is no mother character for them since she's been dead for so long, we have to assume that they were
they probably even talk about her, even though she's not even in the episode.
They do, they mentioned this, so that's pretty fucked up. She died ages ago. Jesus, I'm surprised he's not pissed at that.
Now, despite the Lannister incest, and that apparently being a thing that is acceptable both in the Lannister family and the Targaryen family and all of these other families, Tywin never.
It's almost like it's a medieval thing that happened.
Yeah, it's pretty widespread in that story and in IRLs.
Tywin never actually sleeps with Cersei or fathers children through her to ensure succession.
Also, Jay said, did he just imply that if you're gay, you're immoral? Because he was like, Tywin doesn't have morals. He's also said you're a deviant if you're gay, so...
Well, yeah, dude, did you not hear his shit about the Bible earlier?
He's got some interesting takes.
He also never marries any of his nieces or does any of that kind of thing, even though apparently that would be something that would not be unusual in this universe.
Not unusual.
Further, in a world where old men, put themselves over on young girls, you look at what Bridges, I can't think of his name, but what he does, there obviously is no stigma about marrying teenage girls if you're an old man. And yet,
no, because that's what the time period is. Producing heirs and having healthy females around by which you could create those heirs was a really, really important. Because this is based on a time period where people will live to be 30. So if a chick's 15, then yeah, you want to put a baby in her so she doesn't die.
But like, not doing that does not then mean you are gay. Like, it's a strict...
Oh yeah, also impregnation, famously associated with gay people.
I don't understand.
Not advance himself on either Arya Stark or Sansa Stark.
Ooh.
All right.
We also know from Robb Stark and from the context of the show that Tywin is not a skilled general.
Not a skilled general. That's just not true.
Even I know that's not true.
Like, I was going to say, how do you say that considering the whole show? So, for context, what he's probably referencing is that Robb Stark captures one of Tywin's scouts. He tells the scout in what seems to be like a rush of rage, like, I'm coming for him. I'm going to rip him apart. You can go tell him that. And the scout's like, oh, okay. And the scout tells Tywin, and Tywin's like, he really thinks he can beat me. All right, like, I'll face him 1-to-1. Robb sends 2,000 men to Tywin, and he sends his, like, 18,000 main forces over to Jaime's army as a surprise attack, and obliterates them, and takes Jaime captured, and Tywin was outsmarted in that moment. And everyone was really impressed, because Robb did a really good move. That does not make Tywin a shitty general. Like, that's not, like, how the fuck was he supposed to know?
If your record isn't 100%, you suck.
That's how it works. I mean, I'm not saying that Tywin ended up killing Robb, but that might have been a thing that happened, so it would be interesting to refer to Robb as the superior combatant in that scenario, wouldn't it?
And in general, not to stereotype too much, we know that homosexuals tend not to be very good at conducting military affairs.
At conducting what?
Military affairs.
Is that you know Richard the Lionhearted was gay?
Yeah, but
I don't understand. I literally have no. Is that I've never heard that before. That gays don't make good generals.
Apparently,
You don't want them caring for their men.
I don't think I've ever heard that before.
I've never heard that before. I'm trying. Yeah, man.
The gays make for bad. How does he think Tywin's like the best fucking mastermind in the whole show? How does he even reconcile that? Alright, that was new. I've not heard that one.
Tywin looks for is not winning on the battlefield. He looks to ruses, which would be very womanly. He likes to...
Okay.
Goddamn womanly ruses.
Damn women with the pesky
Is
ass
anything-
ruses.
Is there anything gayer than really? I posit no, there is not.
I imagine being this man, like, and watching
They must
TV shows. Fucking hell.
to win by marriages and win by personal relationships and by betrayal.
Yeah, real men kill through bloodshed
So,
and pain and conquest.
Tywin, twice, that we know of in the show, brute forced his army through the gates of King's Landing and took it. So, I don't agree with the idea that he's only ever done ruses.
Model of power, not by the manly, virtuous model of let's fight in the field and see who the better man is. We also
That's
see
not
that
how you
he's-
determine who the. I mean, I guess his idea of virility is strictly based on bloodshed and conquest.
Dude. So, like, an army of 10,000 show up to this guy's house, and he's like, I will fight your best man. And then they're like, no, we're just going to assault the house. He's like, what are you, gay?
There's a, yeah, sure, you're dead.
What a womanly strategy.
Dude had one successful fist fight in an Olive Garden parking lot, and now, like, oh, now anybody who doesn't do it how I do it is like this womanly ruses. That's all it fucking is.
money hungry, power hungry, and he doesn't really care about glory. And the
What a
reason why a lot of people care so
homo.
much about glory is that glory is the thing that gets you women.
Oh.
No, none of the
God.
women that I have fucked know I have a YouTube channel, which is the closest thing, I guess, to glory I have in a modern sense. But how does this guy think that like human interaction works? Like this is an alien. He read The Count of Monte Cristo and he thinks that's how human civilization works.
I mean, gay people, glory. When have you ever seen those two things together? I don't think
I
so.
don't know.
And if you're not interested in women, as Tywin obviously is not, then it wouldn't matter.
Literally had a whore in his bed, but okay.
Yeah,
Literally
that
had
was, that was just to keep up appearances.
three children, but he's the gay.
We also see that he's very jealous and petty about getting the credit for defending King's Landing, even though we know for a fact that Tyrion is the primary author of the victory.
No, Tyrion delayed the inevitable defeat. Tywin saved the city. That's bullshit. Without one or the other, they would have lost. The idea that... What do you mean, the author of the victory? That's an interesting choice of words.
So gays are jealous and petty by nature.
They're jealous, petty, immoral, deviant. They don't want glory, I guess. Oh, jeez.
And this is a very womanly thing, like the way mothers are
Okay.
jealous of their daughters when
What?
you know, they're aging.
What a strange individual. I would love to just shrink myself down and explore his brain for a while.
It's just a series of insane ideas. We're just like,
It's like Through the Looking Glass with this guy.
And their daughters in their prime and much hotter. So this is sort of a thing that a woman would do, and it shows that Tywin is woman-minded and most likely a homosexual.
Woman-minded.
I don't know what to say.
Because jealousy is a strictly female trait.
He's just like
I
attributing
guess.
all these bad traits to either women's or the gays. Like,
I would love to know if he thinks that straight people or men possess any negative traits generally. Or if they're stereotyped as
I
being...
think the second they begin to turn negative in any way, they're getting gayer. It's like...
the further you stray from perfection, the more gay you are.
Oh man, I'm jealous of my friend's new pickup. I'm gonna be sucking dick, buddy.
Your truck's making me gay, Glad.
Glad?
Stop it.
Now, another thing that shows Tywin's homosexuality is that when he's doing his grand marriage scheme in season 3, he doesn't include himself, even though everyone else is a part of it.
Well, he can't make... I'm not going to say that
He's not busy doing anything else, Maul.
He's not... I'm not saying he's sterile, but the whole reason he wants his kids to marry is to make kids straight away. Now, I don't know if him marrying versus his kids marrying other kids to have long life... He literally says he's only... He won't even last this war. He's concerned that he's absolutely going to be dying relatively soon. Like, I guess he should have married... I don't even know, like, he can't... It's just shocking to me. Yeah, you know what, Tywin, you should have married Olenna. I actually would have been okay with that. Those two would make a great couple.
Yeah, well, oh, look at you matchmaking, you fucking queer.
I match-made a straight, white, cis couple, okay? That is not the gay.
This even includes letting Littlefinger marry Lady Stark's sister, rather than doing it himself.
Lady Stark? Oh, he's talking about Lysa, okay. Why would he marry Lysa?
Which would have made him both the Lord of the House of Lannister and the Lord of the Vale.
I don't think you can just fucking force her to marry him. That's not how that works. She gets to choose. She only wants to marry Littlefinger because she's had a crush on him since they were kids. Fool.
Uniting 2 of the 7 kingdoms, and then creating a grand inheritance for either Joffrey or his other grandson.
Jenna said this YouTube channel is just him trying to dodge his repressed sexuality.
Yeah. Maybe if I talk
Or
about how bad the
someone else.
homos are, I won't become one.
Genius.
But the reason he doesn't take this deal is
I
obviously
mean, it
because
worked
he
for no
doesn't
one
do
else ever. It'll work for me.
Really what we see is that the man clearly goes well out of his way to avoid any kind of sexual intercourse with women.
Except when he made 3 children and had a whore in his bed in season 4. Except those times.
Except the fact that you're constantly referring to how he talks to his children.
That was just a formality of being gay.
That was just to keep up
Even when-
appearances, I guess.
He expects his other children to put their own personal feelings aside and do things they don't want to do. Tyrion is not interested in Sansa Stark, but Tywin asks him to go and father a child by her anyway. And I think that probably the most important piece of evidence, which I saved for last, is that
must be the best.
after Joffrey dies, we hear Tywin complain to Cersei that one of the problems with Joffrey is that he was planning even Tywin's own death. Now, there's not a lot of context in the show about why Joffrey wanted to kill. You know that Joffrey is actually very smart about how he uses power to advance himself.
No.
What about the sound right now, by the way?
Yeah, I know, it's getting weird, but... What does he mean Joffrey is smart at using power?
There's got to be a reason why Tywin knew that his goose was cooked. Well, if you recall in Season 3, what actually happened is that Joffrey told Marjorie that he was thinking about making homosexuality a crime punishable by death.
Okay, that's true.
I'm sure that the ideal world of this guy,
Oh my god.
just like the Bible,
Well-
stone the gays.
Who is homosexual, who also was in danger of being put to death? Well, Tywin Lannister. It all fits.
It all fits.
Just like
He's in
his
front of his
cock in the
string
man's ass.
God damn, it all fits. Gay butlers, ultimate homosexual deviants. It all fits. Oh, that's amazing. This is an amazing channel. I can't believe it.
I love this
This is
channel
all
so
something which is part of a larger narrative that George R. R. Martin is trying to sneak under people's noses. And that is the obvious truth that Tywin Lannister is, in fact, a homosexual.
much. So
Okay.
obvious.
He's been a remarkable Republican, bringing you the truth with truth-flavored bias.
Yeah,
Signing out.
remarkable is an accurate yes.
Also, a truth-flavored bias. What the fuck?